Hello, and welcome to Smart Mortgage Insights. I'm Mandy LaRose.
And I'm Conor Levinka. Today we're going to talk to you about what's happened in the last month of August and what is going to hopefully happen here into September. So let's jump right in.
Are you going to predict things?
No,
okay.
no. We have no crystal ball
Yeah,
at all. I wish we did. But we will do the best we can with the information that we have provided.
Absolutely, yes.
So let's first start with rates. Everybody wants to know what rates are doing. We have no idea. The end. However,
we have a couple ideas.
And we can report at least that as of last month, we're starting to see the rates coming off of their highs.
Yes, yeah, we're definitely starting to see them come off their highs from what we saw. Our highs sitting back in November of 2023, and we're kind of back to where rates were in May of 2023. So we're starting to definitely tick down, which is a good thing. The Fed will meet September 18th and will more than likely lower the interest rate, lower the short-term rate, which is exactly why the rates are actually lowering right now, is they're anticipating that the market is going to do what the market is saying it's going to do, and that's lower the short-term rate.
And don't get too excited about September 18th.
No, don't.
What happens is everyone thinks that they are going to lower the short-term interest rate by approximately 25 basis points, a quarter, potentially a half. But that doesn't mean on September 18th that mortgage interest rates that morning will drop a quarter or a half.
No.
They basically have already priced that in, as they call it. And so they're anticipating that it's going to go down that. So if it doesn't go down that much or it goes down more, then the market may change. But what this is a good thing is this is the first time we've seen the federal fund rate drop in, I think, 5 years at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely been a minute for sure. So, during COVID, they were super happy about doing it constantly. And so that's what brought the lower interest rates. But since then, we've gone the opposite direction. So this is kind of exciting. So like Conor said, don't expect rates to drop exactly what the Fed rate drops those rates to, because that's just not how the market works. And it's already anticipating that what the Fed says it's going to do is going to happen. So it's already kind of built into the rates right now.
There's a lot of things that affect the rates as well. Like right now, oil prices have started to drop as well, which also help purchasing power and kind of everything, commodities in general. They will kind of bring them down. And so here we still have an election year coming up that is something that is often debated of who wins, whether it doesn't matter which party, which ideal, that can change things.
Yes, absolutely. And I think up until then, that's what makes things very volatile, because we just live in a world of a little bit of uncertainty, or a lot of it, depending on how you want to look at things. And so that makes the market a little uncomfortable. So things can be volatile, things can move fast. So it's important that if you are in the market to purchase right now, or going to be soon, that you kind of have a good pulse on what's happening with the rates. And let's talk about inventory a little bit too. Here, of course, we do loans in lots of states, but here in Alaska, we're kind of in that unique time right now where we've got the perfect storm of school has started, the fair has started, well, it's just come to an end, and then of course you've got hunting season as well.
It's big in Alaska.
Yep, absolutely. So that tends to sometimes slow things down a little bit in the market. I've talked to a few realtors that have definitely seen this shift, where things are just kind of hanging out a little bit more. And what I look at that as opportunity for people. That's a great opportunity for someone to maybe make some deals.
Definitely. The fall and winter in Alaska, it slows down, it gets colder, it gets darker, and more snowy. And a lot of times that's a great place to find a deal.
Absolutely. Definitely. So when things, we've been in a market here for the last several years that, especially if you're a seller and your house has, you put your house on the market and it hasn't sold in 5 days, you're like, oh gosh, what's happening here? Well, that's not realistic. That's not really how the market is always moving. So don't panic. But at the same time, buyers out there do know that sellers anticipate selling quickly. And when they don't, they will get nervous. So there's some good opportunities for buyers to start maybe doing some negotiating and looking at some price points, maybe even get some negotiating price points coming down as well in price areas that they weren't expecting to come down.
Definitely. And then again, dealing with the elephant in the room of the big NAR settlement that is now 2 weeks into the new rules and regulations. Something that you're going to continuously hear about as a consumer. Buy side commissions, who's paying, how is it getting paid, buyer's rep agreements, all this kind of stuff. It's still in the very new side for both us on the lending side
Absolutely.
and the realtor side. And so we'll continually bring you news on that. But just understand that just like interest rates aren't going to change super, super quick, this isn't going to change super, super quick either. The big thing is it's just trying to be more transparent. You're going to have to sign this agreement and kind of understand what it means. But just know that things are changing.
Absolutely. And me personally, and Connor and I, we do good business. I haven't seen too much difference in the most of the contracts I've received so far, as far as who's paying what. Everything's been actually staying pretty typical on my desk so far, but we know that there will be, the one-offs, the different properties, things like that, where things are negotiated differently. So you just want to be aware of how the market is moving, but also when you're speaking with your real estate agent that's going to represent you, that you understand what kind of agreement that the two of you have together as well.
And beware of scare tactics and kind of weird marketing. I've already seen one this morning where they said sellers are no longer ever going to be paying the buy side commission, and you've got to do this, and the sky is falling. And it's not.
It's not. No.
It really isn't. The landscape may be quite different in the months and years to come, but it's going to happen very slowly.
Absolutely. It definitely will. And again, it's just all about communication and speaking with the people that are representing you, understanding your situation, and understanding the deals that you've put together with the person that you're working with.
Thanks for tuning into our monthly update, and we'll see you next time. This podcast is sponsored by Residential Mortgage, LLC, NMLS numbers 167729, 196 576, and 1820404. Equal housing lender.